बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
हैया अला खैरिल अमल, हैया अला खैरिल अमल। हाय हुसैन या हुसैन, हाय हुसैन या हुसैन, या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन, या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन।
ज़हरा कबूल कीजिए पुरसा हुसैन का, ज़हरा कबूल कीजिए।
सलावत बावाज़ी बोला। इल्तमास दुआ। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व आलि मुहम्मद। अल्लाहुम्मा बिहक़्क़ि मुहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि व आलिहि वसल्लम। अल्लाहुम्मा बिहक़्क़ि अली मुर्तज़ा अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम। अल्लाहुम्मा बिहक़्क़ि फ़ातिमतुज़ ज़हरा सलामुल्लाह अलैहा। अल्लाहुम्मा बिहक़्क़ि हसन मुज्तबा अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम। अल्लाहुम्मा बिहक़्क़ि हुसैन शहीद करबला अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम। अल्लाहुम्मा बिहक़्क़ि बाबुल हवाइज कमर बनी हाशिम अबुल फ़ज़्ल अब्बास अलमदार हुसैन अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम। ऐ मेरे अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद का, मेरे अल्लाह हमारी आज इस हाज़री को अपनी बारगाह में मुस्तजाब फरमा। ख़ुसूसन मेरे अल्लाह मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद के सदके मेरे अल्लाह पीर सैयद शाह शफी बुखारी साहब के दर्जात बुलंद फरमा। मेरे अल्लाह मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद के सदके उनके ख़ानदान के साथ ताल्लुक़ रखने वाले सादात व मोमिनीन जो इस दुनिया फ़ानी से पर्दा फरमा गए, मेरे अल्लाह तमाम के दर्जात बुलंद फरमा। मेरे अल्लाह हाज़रीन मजलिस के भी मरहुमीन मोमिनीन मोमिनात जो इस दुनिया फ़ानी से पर्दा फरमा गए, तमाम के दर्जात बुलंद फरमा। मेरे अल्लाह तुझे वास्ता मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद का तेरी बारगाह में इल्तिजा कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने आज इस मजलिस हुसैन मजलिस इमाम सज्जाद अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम का बंदोबस्त किया है, उसमें हिस्सा डाला है, उसके साथ तावन किया है। मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद के सदके तमाम मोमिनीन मोमिनात की रिज़्क़ और कारोबार में बरकतें अता फरमा। ख़ुसूसन मेरे अल्लाह मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद के सदके सैयद मुसर्रत शाह साहब, सैयद नुसरत शाह साहब और मौलाना सैयद फ़रत अब्बास नकवी साहब के रिज़्क़ और कारोबार में बरकतें अता फरमा। मेरे अल्लाह उनकी नेक दुआएं बाबुल हवाइज के सदके मुस्तजाब फरमा। मेरे अल्लाह इमाम सज्जाद अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम की अज़मत के सदके ख़ास तौर पर सैयद वसी अब्बास जो मौलाना साहब के बेटे हैं, बीमार हैं, मेरे अल्लाह उसको शिफाए कुल्ली अता फरमा। सैयद ज़ैन बुखारी को शिफाए कुल्ली अता फरमा। खुशबू ज़हरा को शिफाए कुल्ली अता फरमा। मज़ीद जिन मोमिनीन मोमिनात ने मेरे ज़िम्मे दुआएं लगाई हैं, ख़ास तौर पर राजा मुनीर, मेरे अल्लाह मुश्किल कुशा के सदके उनकी परेशानियां दूर फरमा, उनकी नेक हाजात मुस्तजाब फरमा। हमको इमाम ज़माना की मारिफत अता फरमा, हमारे 12वें आका के ज़हूर में ताजील फरमा। मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद की ज़ात पर और अपनी दुआओं की कबूलियत के लिए बुलंदतर सलवात पढ़ें। आऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यदिल अशरफिल अंबिया'i वल मुरसलीन व हबीबे इलाहिल आलमीन अल्लज़ी क़ीला फ़ी शानिही व मा अरसलनाका इल्ला रहमत लिल आलमीन आनी अबिल कासिम मोहम्मद والصلاة والسلام على أهله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. صل على محمد وآل محمد. Allah Azza wa Jal, the Merciful, has blessed every society, every community with a specific blessing which they can use to connect with Allah Azza wa Jal. We see that when Allah Azza wa Jal sent His prophets, He sent His prophets with the special miracles, with the special knowledge that they used to try to make the society and the people of the time understand who Allah Azza wa Jal is. And we find that after the prophets, this silsila, this lineage of imamat that we have, that begins with Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. And this lineage, this succession after the Prophet continues with the first Imam up to the 12th Imam. And every single Imam that Allah Azza wa Jal appointed, because it is our belief and Iman that Imam is only appointed by Allah Azza wa Jal. Because an Imam has a special task from Allah Azza wa Jal, and that task is to guide people towards Allah Azza wa Jal. It is to explain to people what is Tawheed of Allah, what is the Risalat of Rasulullah, and what is the Wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And not any normal person can take this task of explaining who Allah is other than those people who are appointed by Allah Azza wa Jal. And we find that the 12 Imams that we believe in, from Ali to Mahdi, we find in narrations that every single Imam, whatever the first Imam said, there is no difference in opinion to what the last Imam said. Because these are those that are appointed by Allah Azza wa Jal. And we, when we have our gatherings, when we have our majalis, we come here with the intention that from the lives of Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam, we want to learn something. Because every single act of an Imam, whether he is walking, whether he is sitting, whether he is talking, every single act of an Imam, it is for our guidance. Until we do not understand that every single act and fail of an Imam, it was for our guidance. And we have gathered here today to remember who? Imam Sajjad, Imam Zainul Abidin, who is the fourth Imam. And as I was saying, that every single prophet was given knowledge of the society that he came in. Why? Because he could do tabligh, he could give knowledge to the people according to the circumstances that that prophet was in. And same when we see the lives of A'imma alayhi salatu wassalam, we find that the time of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam was different to the time of Imam Hassan Mujtaba. And then at the same time, when we carry on reading history, we find that when the time of Imam Hussain came, Imam Hussain had to leave Medina to motivate and to show people what is Sirat-e-Mustaqim. Because people had totally forgotten what was Sirat-e-Mustaqim. And then when the time of Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu came, times had changed even more. And to understand who Imam Sajjad is, to understand who Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu is, we need to split the life of the Imam into three parts. The first part of the life of the Imam is before Imam Zainul Abidin went to Karbala. The second part of the life of the Imam is the time that Imam Zainul Abidin ﷺ spent in Karbala. And then we have the last period of the life of the Imam after Karbala. So if we want to understand who Imam Sajjad is, we need to look into history and we need to understand these three parts, these three aspects of the Imam's life if we want to understand who Imam Sajjad is. The first thing is that the part before the Imam, before he went to Karbala, look at the upbringing of Imam Sajjad. He spent the first 2 years of his life under the guidance of Imam al-Muttaqeen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. And then the next 10 years of the Imam's life was spent under the guidance of Imam Hassan Mujtaba alayhi salatu wasalam. And then we find that the remaining 10 was spent under the guidance of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. That makes the age of Imam Sajjad 22 when he arrived in Karbala. So look at the upbringing of Imam Sajjad. 2 years with Imam Ali, 10 years with Imam Hassan, and then 10 years under the guidance of his father Imam Hussain. 22 years Imam Sajjad spent his life with 3 Imams. And this is the reasons why during Karbala we see that Imam Sajjad ﷺ showed the world that he is the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib. As I said, every single prophet, every single Imam was given knowledge according to the society that the Imam was in. When the time of Imam Sajjad ﷺ came, he could not do tabligh openly. He could not tell people, this is the right mazhab, this is Sirat-e-Mustaqim, this is how to believe in Allah, this is how you need to believe in Rasulullah, this is how you need to believe in the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He was not allowed to preach openly. So what was the knowledge that Imam Zainul Abidin used to bring people towards the religion of Islam? This is where the du'as of Imam Zainul Abidin come into. Imam Zainul Abidin did his tabligh, showed people the image of Islam through the du'as that the Imam made. After Karbala, whenever the Imam got chance, he would openly recite du'as. Because he wanted people to understand how they need to speak to Allah. The Imam, the lives, as I said, the lives and the acts of the Imams were to guide us so that we can understand how we can improve ourselves. There is a narration that once Imam Sajjad ﷺ was in Makkah. He was doing the tawaf of the Kaaba. And he was all alone, there was nobody. It was the middle of the night. Imam Sajjad is doing tawaf of the Kaaba, and one person enters Masjidul Haram. When he enters, he sees that there is no one, because in those days they did not have electricity. It was pitch black. He states that I heard that there was a person who was doing the tawaf of the Kaaba, and he was doing dua to Allah Azza wa Jalla. Listen to the verse to understand who Imam Sajjad is, to understand who Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam are. We need to understand them through the way they did dua to Allah Azza wa Jalla. Listen to the words that Imam Sajjad was reciting whilst he was doing tawaf of the Kaaba. Imam Sajjad says, "O Allah, who is the King of Kings." Imam Sajjad says, "O Allah, who is the King of Kings." And at this moment in time, every single king of the world has closed his doors. But oh Allah, because you are the King of Kings, your door is still open for us. Oh Allah, because you are the King of Kings, your door is open for us. And whilst Imam Sajjad was doing the tawaf, he says, "Oh Allah, I ask you by your mercy, you are Ar-Rahman, you are Rahim, your door of mercy is open. I ask you, oh Allah, forgive my sins." Who is saying this? Imam Sajjad, who is known as Zainul Abidin. He is saying this, that, oh Allah, forgive me. The Imams, as I said, they are trying to teach us so that we can learn how to ask Allah Azza wa Jal. And whilst the Imam was doing tawaf, the Imam fainted. This person goes, I go close to the Imam and I wake up the Imam and I say to the Imam, "Oh Imam, you are the son of Rasulullah. You are the son of Amir al-Mu'mineen. You are the son of Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha. Oh Imam, what is the reason why at this time you are doing tawaf of the Kaaba? You are begging Allah, not for anything else, but for the forgiveness of your sins." Listen to the reply of Imam Sajjad. Because we take dars from the words of the Imams, we need to take something away from this majlis. The Imam's words were aimed at us. The Imam says that do not think that if a person is Saadat, he is automatically forgiven. These are the words of Imam Sajjad. Imam says, don't think that if a person is Sayyid, if a person is related to Rasulullah, if a person is related to Amir al-Mu'mineen, if a person is related to Fatima al-Zahra, he is automatically forgiven. The Imam says that you need to ask Allah for His forgiveness if you want to be forgiven. Especially as Sadat, the majority of people in this Imam Bargah, they are Sadat.
MashaAllah.
We have more responsibilities on our heads. Because through our acts, we need to guide those people that are not from Sadat. And at the same time, through our actions, we need to guide our children. We need to show them through our actions what is Sirat-e-Mustaqim. And one more story before I move on to the Masaib. One famous dua of Imam Sajjad alayhi wassalam is the dua of Muqaramul Akhlaq. This is a dua in which Imam Sajjad alayhi wassalam teaches us what akhlaq we need to have, what morals we need to possess if we want to ask Allah Azza wa Jal for His forgiveness. Because until we do not clear our nafs, until we do not clear our heart, until we do not clear our mind, how can we understand the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib? Because if the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib was as easy as any person now says that he loves Imam Ali, he is a follower of Ali Muhammad, then the Holy Prophet had no need to say, Ya Ali, Allah would have not created hell if everyone would have come together under the banner of the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Ya Ali.
Allah Akbar. Ya Rasulullah. Ya Ali. If every single person came together under the banner of the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi, can we have a loud salawat for Molana Syed? So if everyone came together and if every single person understood what the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib was and is, then Allah had no need to make hellfire. So we need to understand that hellfire was only created for the enemies of the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And heaven is created for all those people that have the understanding, not love. Let me repeat myself. Just by saying that you love Amir al-Mu'mineen, just by saying that you love Ali Muhammad is not enough. To say that you only love them is not enough. Why? Because Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam do not need our love. Ali Muhammad need us to follow them. That Ali Muhammad say, Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam say, that make yourself appear to another Muslim, not Mu'min, another Muslim, in such a way that when he looks at you, he automatically realizes that he is following Ali ibn Abi Talib. Your character, your akhlaq, your kirdar needs to be according to the teachings of Ali Muhammad. And we have no one better than the family of Rasulullah to guide us towards Allah Azza, to show us what is the Tawheed of Allah, to make us understand what is the Risalat of Rasulullah, to make us understand the Wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. These are the most important things in our religion. We are accused that we do not believe in the Tawheed of Allah. We are accused that we do not believe in the Risalat of Rasulullah. Those people that say this, they do not read our books. Why is it that du'as of Ali Muhammad are banned in Makkah and Medina? Why is it that Dua Kumail is banned in Makkah and Medina? What is said in Dua Kumail? Is the Imam talking about Shi'at? Is the Imam praising the followers of Ali Muhammad? No. Dua Kumail is totally talking about the Tawheed of Allah Azza wa Jal. It is telling people how to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. And these people that have opened their shops and they are claiming that they are following the Tawheed, when they read Dua Kumail, they understand that this is the real Tawheed. This is what it is to believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. So encourage your youngsters, encourage your children to recite du'as. Recite the du'as that have been passed to us from Aimma al-Islatu Wassalam. Service is a full book which has only du'as narrated by Imam al-Sajjad. Only if we read the translation, only if we understand what the Imam is trying to say, then we can connect with the Imam and we can connect with Allah. It was all due to the Tawheed of Allah. It was all due to the understanding of the risalat of Rasulullah. It was all due to the love of the vilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib that Imam Hussain left Medina and he went towards Karbala. Because Imam Hussain, as I said, wanted to save these three pillars of religion: Tawheed, Risalat and Vilayat. This is why Ali Muhammad sacrificed everything that they had to save the Tawheed of Allah. Then we claim to love Ali Muhammad, we claim to follow Ali Muhammad. How can it be that we go off the teachings of Ali Muhammad? Today you have gathered to remember Imam al-Sajjad, the fourth Imam, and Allama Sahib inshallah will recite the Masaib of Imam al-Sajjad. But today I just want to speak about the 4-year-old daughter of Imam Hussain, who was known as Sakina. Azadaro, every single brother loves his sister. But Azadaro, look at the life of Imam al-Sajjad. That in front of Imam al-Sajjad, Sakina was being slapped. In front of Imam al-Sajjad, Zulm was being done on Ali Muhammad. But Imam al-Sajjad was not able to do anything. Azadaro, we all say that, and you've all heard this riwayat, that when Imam al-Sajjad returned to Medina, the Imam was asked, "Oh Imam, in which city did you face the most troubles?" Imam al-Sajjad began to cry, and Imam al-Sajjad says, "Sham." Azadaro, but in another narration I was reading today, someone asked Imam al-Sajjad, "Oh Sajjad, at which time during the events and after the events of Karbala did you most feel difficulty and you most cried?" Azadara, do you want to listen to what Imam al-Sajjad said? Imam al-Sajjad goes, "Oh person, why are you asking me such a question? I, Sajjad, cried the most when Sakina would say to me, 'Oh Sajjad, when are we going home? Oh Sajjad, when are we going home?'" Azadaro, Ali Muhammad were kept prisoners in such a place where the cell that they were kept in did not even have a roof. Azadaro, listen to the musibat of Sayyida Sakina. When Sayyida Sakina was in that cell, Sayyida Sakina would see that birds would leave every morning and they would return every night. Sayyida Sakina says to Imam al-Sajjad, "Oh Sajjad, where are these birds going?" Imam al-Sajjad would say, "They are going to get food for their children." And every evening when they would return, Imam al-Sajjad would say to Sakina, "Oh Sakina, now they are returning home." Sakina would look at Sajjad and say, "Oh Sajjad, even the birds are returning home. But oh Sajjad, will we ever go to our houses? Will we ever return to our houses?" Azadaro, the musibat of Sayyida Sakina is such that if we recite the full shahadat of Sayyida Sakina, not every single person can listen to the musibah of Sayyida Sakina. Azadaro, I want to narrate 2 narrations in regards to the musibat of Sayyida Sakina. There was one Alim-e-Din in Damascus, in Syria, who was known by the name of Ibrahim. And this Alim, he had 3 daughters. And his eldest daughter sees in a dream that Sayyida Sakina comes in her dream and she says, "O daughter of the A'lam, my grave was filled with water, and I want you to tell your father to rebuild my grave. Azadaro, she comes and she tells her father this. Her father says to her that we do not have the authority to do this, and do not tell this dream to your other sisters. The next day, Azadaro, Sayyida Sakina comes again to his second daughter, and she says that my grave is filled with water. Azadaro, this silsila continues until finally Sayyida Sakina comes to the dream of this alim, and she says, "Oh alim, I sent you a message through your daughters. What is the reason why you are not fixing my grave?" Azadaro, eventually all the ulama of Damascus got together and they wanted to rebuild the grave of Sayyida Sakina. Azadaro, this is the reason why we cry for Sayyida Sakina. This is the reason why we do matam for Sayyida Sakina. Azadaro, this alam narrates that when they started to dig up the grave of Sayyida Sakina, a time came when they could see a single piece of cloth. This alim says to everyone, "Oh people, move away. I want my daughters and my sisters to come, and I want them to remove the following mud." Azadaro, listen to the Masiba, this alim, when he sees and when he hears the Masaib of Sakina, his wife says that when we remove the sand from the grave of Sayyida Sakina, what do we see? There is a 4-year-old child in the grave. Her hands are tied behind her back, and she does not have any cover on her. Azadaro, when this alim hears this, he begins to cry and he says that I want to say that from today forth, nobody read the riwayat that Sayyida Sakina was given a cover. Azadaro, look at the ghurbat of Imam Sajjad. He buried his 4-year-old daughter, or 4-year-old sister, without a kafan. Azadaro, eventually the time came when Sakina was crying for her father Hussain. Azadaro, Sayyida Sakina went to sleep. She sees in her dream that her father Hussain is in front of her. Azadaro, this 4-year-old child begins to cry, and she runs towards her father, and she wakes up, Azadaro, crying and saying, "Oh my father Hussain, where have you gone?" Azadaro, when the guards hear that this 4-year-old child is crying, they come to Sajjad and they say to Sajjad, "Oh Sajjad, tell Sakina not to cry because we cannot sleep." Azadaro, one more narration. Tell me, you have all got children sitting here. The women have 4-year-old daughters as well. Azadaro, tell me, how much does it take for you to slap a child and for it to faint? Azadaro, the 4-year-old daughter of Imam Hussain was slapped so hard by the guards that she fainted. Azadaro, they said to Sajjad, "How can we make Sakina stop crying?" Azadaro, Imam Sajjad says, "Oh God, she wants to meet her father Hussain." Azadaro, it was arranged that the head of Hussain was brought to Sakina. When Sakina saw the plate, she thought that they are bringing her food. She says that I do not require any food. Azadaro, when that tray comes close to Sakina, and when she lifts up the fabric, what does she see? She sees the